Hi, everybody. Welcome to Magic Universe. This is the timeless January 2021 spiritual guidance pick a card reading. Happy New Year, you guys. All readings are timeless, so if you feel drawn to this video after January, there will still be a message here for you. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. I appreciate you. If anybody is interested in getting a private reading or healing, come to my website at magicuniverse.co. That's .co. So here we have three groups. Group 1 is vibrating at green. Group 2 is vibrating at dark red. And group 3 is vibrating at purple. Take a moment to see which color you feel you're vibrating at right now. And click on the timestamp for your group in the description box below, and I will see you there at your reading. Hi, Group 1. If you picked this green color, then this reading is for you. I got so excited when I pulled the cards for the first row, and you're like Hermit in the beginning, Hermit at the end. I was like, oh my God. I love it when this happens. So immediately when I was picking the first three cards, I was getting this message that you're gonna go on this solo journey. Now, this could be an internal journey where you're like meditating and you're diving deep into your own psyche or your own energy within and connecting with your spirit and discovering all these new things about yourself or discovering a deeper meaning within yourself about something, right? So this could be an inner journey or an outer journey where you actually go out there and you either go camping by yourself or you do some kind of a meditation retreat or just something where you're, or maybe you even take a road trip or something like that, right? You're going out there by yourself and whatever you may do action wise, that's not really the point. Because you could be doing anything physically, but it's about the internal gains that you get from this time being by yourself, right? Because the next card that shows up after the first Hermit is the Hierophant, and that talks about learning something. And I'm not really seeing that you're learning from a teacher of any sort. I'm really seeing you're learning something through the experience of this journey, whether you're going within for the journey or whether you're actually going out into the world for some kind of journey. But it's about the learning of something. You learn something about yourself, right? And then you have the Ace of Wands after that. That is inspiration. That is like whatever you're gaining from what you're learning through the solo journey, you're taking that wand. You see how the Hermit, the first Hermit, has that staff that he's holding, right? That's in the Ace of Wands. That's your staff. That's your magic wand, right? Where you're inspired to now do something with whatever it is that you learned. So this is like really, really exciting. This is like, oh my gosh, I learned something from this and now I can go forth into the world, or I have an idea about something and it's like a fresh start. Aces are the beginning, right? It's like a fresh start. And this is perfect if you're actually watching this in January, beginning of the new year and stuff like that, right? And a fresh start, some kind of, I've been watching a lot of diet type of videos. Diet meaning like a different way of eating, right? I just discovered that the carnivore diet, I had heard of it before, but I watched this one video of somebody who was having a lot of health problems, and by eliminating all foods except meat, she healed herself of a whole host of really horrible physical problems, right? And physical and mental, like she was going through a lot. And so this could, it could be something like this, where you go through some kind of internal journey, you figure out, a way of eating or a certain lifestyle habit, and you learn something from it, and you're like, oh, Ace of Wands, like now I have this, excuse me, this fresh inspiration for how I want to live my life, So that's one example of how this could play out. Or this could be like you take a road trip somewhere and you learn something about yourself. You're inspired by something that that happens to you along the way, and you get connected with a desire, a passion of yours. It's like, oh, I think I want to incorporate this into my life, or I think I want to do this as a career, or something like that, right? So it's just like an inspiration of some sort that gives you a fresh new perspective of how you can live your life. So this is really exciting. So the second thing that you get from this solo journey is shows up in the Nine of Swords and then the second Hermit. So you see how like the Nine of Swords usually talks about like nightmares, fears, anxieties, worries, things like that. Things that are kind of mentally bothering you, because swords are about mental energy. And so these swords are all pointing down on her. So it's like she's thinking these thoughts that are really putting her into fear and kind of keeping her in bed so that she can't really get out and do anything, right? And the illumination that you get from the Hermit next to her is you being on this journey lights up all of these fears inside you and illuminates that darkness and brings light to the shadows and says, hey, this is what you've been afraid of, and here are the solutions. Or, hey, this is what's really bothering you. And it kind of gives you answers to the things that have been kind of bugging you. So this is so I'm getting the message for some people. This could be something that you've been like maybe psychologically, emotionally dealing with for a really long time. And by going within, diving deep into your own emotions, your own self, that you really see what the core thing is that was bothering you, and it lights up for you, and you're like, oh wow, now that I'm seeing it in the light instead of seeing it in the dark where it looks all scary, now that I'm flashing a light on it, shining a light on it, I know exactly what this is about, and you're no longer afraid of it anymore. And in that way, it brings you to the Ace of Wands, where you have an illumination, where you have a fresh approach to your life. So exciting. So great. Okay, so the second row, there's two messages that I'm seeing here. The first two cards, the Two of Cups, is about coming together with somebody, meeting somebody. It could be a meeting of like going on a date, like a romantic meeting. It could be meeting of a friend, just somebody that's in harmony with you, that's of the same energy as you, and that you guys get along so well, and there's like a good back and forth of exchange of conversation and energies, right? So it's like a very happy, a very likable person. And then the second card is like almost the opposite, right? This is somebody stabbing you in the back, or maybe it's you stabbing somebody else in the back, where you guys just don't get along. There's conflict, right? And there's betrayal. And so these two cards coming out together, I'm like, wow, that's the opposite energy. And then I knew that the third card that came out would kind of explain why these two cards came out together, And the third card says, I can focus on what I do want in a relationship. Okay, I'm going to read the back. By focusing upon the wanted characteristics of those around you, you train your vibrational offering to match only the best in them. And then the law of attraction can no longer match you up with the worst in them. When you focus upon the worst in them and train your vibrational offering to match only the worst in them, the law of attraction can no longer match you up with the best of them. So what this is talking about is like these two cards of like somebody that's really, really likable, that you're in harmony with, and then the somebody that's like opposite of you that you just don't get along with. They could be the same person. They could be qualities of the same person, right? Or they could be, of course, separate people, where your spirit is saying you get to draw out of them, these people or this person, the qualities that you want that are in harmony with you. So if you're with somebody and you're experiencing some good sides of this person or some bad sides of this person, like you get to, through your vibration, draw out of them and experience from them the good sides. And same thing if it's like a group of people, or if it's like separate individuals that like, hey, how come some people I get along with really well and some people I don't? This all comes from you have the power. You can focus on what you do want in a relationship, and it starts from you. vibrating at, okay, am I going to start with appreciation within myself first, and then all the things that I appreciate the universe will bring to me. It could be through this one person, it could be through these people, right? And then the people who are not in harmony with the vibration of appreciation, the universe will take them away, or the universe will not show you the aspects of that one person that has things that you don't harmonize with. Okay, so you have the power to do that. And I feel like the next card, Valiant Courage, take action with passion. I feel like this card also goes with the first three cards in the second row, where Spirit is telling you, don't be afraid to commingle with people that are different from you, or commingle with people that maybe you've seen the conflicted aspects of them, and you feel like, I don't like this person, or they're not my tribe, or something like that, right? Or they're even saying, like, if you're afraid to even meet people at all, and you spend a lot of time by yourself, and it's like, oh, people are horrible out there, or something like that, because you've had some horrible experiences. Spirit is saying to don't be afraid of either meeting new people, or meeting with people that you already know that have these like Five of Swords aspects, because everybody has harmonious aspects to them. We all have more things in harmony than things not in harmony. And it just depends on what you're focusing on that brings out those things in the person. Otherwise, they wouldn't even show up in your reality at all. The fact that they are showing up in your reality could mean you're vibrating at conflict, and therefore they're a match to your conflict. And then once you come into harmony within yourself, then if they don't have harmonious aspects, the universe will bring them away. The law of attraction will not bring you together, right? Or if they do have some aspect that is harmonious with you, they will stay in your reality, but only show you those aspects. Okay? So don't be afraid to be around people. I feel like that's what the Valiant Courage is talking about. And then the last card, Temperance. When applied with the second row altogether, this is talking about having a balance in your life of people, so that not everybody you meet is going to be exactly just like you, because how boring would that be? You want some contrast in your life. You want people that are different from you, and then you draw out the harmonious aspects, and then you learn from the other aspects of them that are different from you, that maybe you're like, oh, I don't want to live my life that way, the way they do, but it's okay for them to live it the way they want to, right? But then you get to experience different things about different people. So that's one message I'm getting from Temperance. The other message is a completely by itself message for those of you who are feeling really hectic, especially if you're watching this in January and there's like a lot of stuff that you have to do at the beginning of the year or something like that, right? Or where this koala has like 3 koala babies, that he or she has to take care of, and pouring water at the same time without spilling it. That's like a lot, right? And Spirit is just like, Temperance, calm down, balance yourself, make sure you're taking care of yourself, make sure that in your mind, you're not feeling, even though if you might be feeling physically hectic, like there's a lot of stuff to do, if your mind is calm, everything will work itself out. Okay, so there's a little bit of like kind of like a meditation type of message in there too, where it's like once you calm your mind, breathe through it, you can get a lot of stuff done. That's not a problem. Having a lot of stuff to do doesn't necessarily have to make you overwhelmed. Okay, that you can calm yourself from the inside, and then everything else on the outside. A lot of stuff will get taken care of by other people, or by the universe will help you take care of it once your own energy within is calmed down. Okay, so that's your reading, Group 1. There's a lot of messages in here. Let me know if you find any of this applies to you, to your situation in January, or whenever it is that you watch this video. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video, click on the thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe and share this video with your friends. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, Group 2. If you picked this deeper red, This reading is for you. When I was looking at your color, I was seeing some brown energy come in, and I was kind of getting the sense that you guys were going through some kind of trouble or something like that. And so when your first card came out, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like round and round, and then especially right after that Nine of Swords, I'm like, okay, okay, I get what's going on. But what's interesting for you guys is like, I think this could be like the first row is one message and the second row is another message, maybe for different people, right? And but you guys both end on some kind of fresh start or breaking dawn, like there's light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing, or like there's solution coming in, right? So that's really cool. So for you guys that are going through some kind of trouble, some kind of fear, as seen in the Nine of Swords, you got the shadow monster that's like freaking you out. Some maybe emotional or psychological type mental things that are going on, or maybe actually some actual real fears, but what's happening is that because you're running this energy through your mind over and over again, like this round and round where it's like never ending, where these either troubles or thoughts are just keep going round and round, spirit is letting you know that, well, first of all, there's breaking dawn, so there's solution coming, but it really, really helps for you to let go of it mentally first, whatever it may be, to not overthink it in your head like over and over again. And sometimes that's hard when you have that in your head, and it's almost like it's hard to control your own mind from worrying about things, right? But spirit is saying, do your best. Do your best to let go and try to just either distract yourself or not think about it, or meditate or something like that, where you clear your mind and just even if it's happening, physically happening around you, to not run it through your head so much. Because a lot of times the things that people worry about, it's like maybe 80% of it is perpetuated in your own mind. I mean, it might be happening out in the physical realm too, but a lot of it that's causing you the way that you feel is in your mind first, right? And then it manifests into the physical things that happen, that perpetuate it. But so the King of Swords is having that clarity, is like, kind of putting your foot down and saying, okay, brain, or okay, mind, I'm not putting up with me scaring myself anymore. And just like cutting that out. Jerry Seinfeld said this one thing in one of the episodes of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, where he says like his answer to, like, his form of therapy is just to say, just snap out of it. Which, is not really helpful to some people, because they need a little bit more than just somebody telling them to stop doing what they're doing. But in certain cases where, if it's just like something that you're ruminating in your own mind, it kind of helps to tell yourself, hey, just snap out of it. And it's like to use that King of Swords, that sword, to just like cut it out, just stop it, And there's a little bit of humor to that, because when you say that to somebody, it's like, just stop it, just quit it, And it provides a sort of clarity, because it kind of shocks you into like, hey, I was having a problem there, And then the Magician after that, and this is a really, really interesting magician, where he kind of looks like a scientist of some sort, where he's finding solutions, right? And he's inspecting the tools that he has at his disposal, which we all have tools at our disposal. And it's like, once you snap out of it and you get out of that fear mode, and you get out of that worry and ruminating kind of mode, and you have that King of Swords clarity, then you start to look around and you're like, oh, hey, wait, I do have solutions. I do have this skill or that talent, or I do have these things at my disposal where I can use these things to solve my problem. And then you can, so it's kind of like, what the moment that you stop that round and round, that fear of Nine of Swords, that kind of overthinking, over worrying about something, the moment that you cut it out and just snap out of it, right? Then all of a sudden you'll have your breaking dawn moment where it's like, it's like, oh, there's a solution. I can get out of this, whatever it is that's, bothering you, right? I can get myself out of this. I'm also seeing Spirit is saying that once you have that moment where you cut out that ruminating, the solutions that come to you, your spirit, the universe will cooperate to bring you these things. It's just about you removing yourself from that fear mode and that worry mode and opening your eyes to be able to see the answers that are already there. It's like, say, like the visual, okay, like you're in your bed and you're scared from whatever it is, and you never get out of that bed, and you keep your eyes behind your hands, covering your face, right? Because you're afraid of whatever monster might be out there. And the King of Swords is like, okay, me making the decision that I am going to get out of bed and I am going to leave the house and I'm going to look to see what's outside of the house. And then you move out, you open the door, and the morning light is coming in. The answers are coming in. Like, you have to shift yourself from hiding in your bed, afraid, to walking outside and opening the door and letting the solutions come in, because the solution is right outside your door. Okay, it's kind of like that. That's the kind of visual that I'm getting. And one more message that I'm getting from that Violet Angel card, the Breaking Dawn card, is that you have complete control over when you allow the solutions in. Okay. All right, so one more thing for you guys who resonate with this round and round type of energy in your space. After I finished all of the readings, I saw this video right here on my home feed. And the moment that I saw it, I thought of you guys. And Spirit told me that this video, this interview with Eckhart Tolle, is part of the message that they want to give you. So I watched the video, and it's a really interesting interview. And Eckhart Tolle talks about at the very beginning, when he's talking about his own story, he's already talking about how in during his awakening, how he was overthinking himself into this kind of depression, and how he brought himself out of it by recognizing that there are two hymns. There's the ego consciousness hymn, or the human consciousness hymn, and then there's the spirit hymn that just showed up for a moment in his mind when he was able to differentiate between the person who was suffering and the person who was observing himself suffering. And so that's very interesting, and I feel like Spirit is calling you to watch this video also. So I'll put the link down in the description box below. And then he also goes into other stuff. This interesting thing, how he describes politics and the yin energy and the yang energy, like, which it's really interesting. You have to listen to it. And then also he talks a little bit about social media too. So you can watch that. Okay? All right. Okay, so the second row. The second row, I feel like, talks to those of you who are business owners, entrepreneurs, or even somebody who's just providing some kind of service and you're receiving money from it, even if you're working for other people. But I kind of have a really strong feeling that it has to do with people who are entrepreneurs. But even if you're not, that this is talking about, there's some kind of similar energy. I mean, it could be connected to the top row where it's talking about there's worries and fears and stuff like that, that maybe things aren't going right, or that things are going slow, or that things are somehow not quite as smooth as you want it to be, right? So the Queen of Wands talks about confidence, about optimism, about kind of owning your space, right? Because you're royalty, you rule the land, right? You rule over your career space or your workspace or something like that. And the Seven of Wands talks about there's opposition, but you're standing your ground. You know, you're keeping up, not really fighting so much as you're not backing down. Okay, you're not giving up hope. And the four, right after that, it's the Four of Cups, but in this deck, it's called discontent and boredom, and it's walking away. Spirit is saying, don't give up hope, don't give in to this discontent and boredom and walk away from your castle, or walk away from what it is that you're wanting to create for yourself, walking away from either I feel like there's something that you're building that you're wanting to create for yourself, and that maybe you just haven't gotten to the place yet where it's going as smoothly as you want it to, or that it's as big as you want it to become. And Spirit is just saying, don't give up hope on yourself. Keep working at it. Keep your passions alive for it, and keep optimistic about it, and keep confident about it. Because again, as with the top row where it's a breaking dawn, you have a fresh new start. There's this goddess is creating her own rainbow. There's a new energy that's coming in. That's if you persist, if you keep going, if you change your energy from that of discontent and boredom because it hasn't been working out, to more the Queen of Wands, more of the Six of Pentacles, where it talks about a balance between things going out and coming in, you being compensated for whatever it is that you're giving out or providing. You're being compensated fairly for it. It's like, if you don't back down, if you keep the hope alive, there's a fresh energy that's coming in for you. Same thing for the Violet Angel breaking dawn. There's new solutions coming in. So these two rows, the two messages might be related. So maybe your thing, whatever it is that you're afraid of, might be about your business or your job or whatever, or it might be separate. But either way, there's fresh energy that's coming in. You just have to keep persisting and keep the hope alive. Keep the hope alive, and I keep seeing the first chakra energy. The first chakra is at the base of your spine. It talks about survival. So this might be about like financial things, about money things, or here I'm not seeing health so much. I'm seeing this is more about like either it's a passion of yours that has not yet gone to the place where you want it to go, or it's like a financial thing. Yeah, it's that kind of survival. I don't see that this is like a physical health type of thing. But, you know, you create your own rainbow. There's new energy coming in. So don't give up hope. All right. So that's your reading, group 2. If you enjoyed this video, click on the thumbs up, like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye. Hi, group 3. If you picked this purple color, then this reading is for you. You guys, I'm getting a little tingly with you guys. This group, I feel like there are two characteristics. One is you're a creative, and 2 is you're a little psychic. So maybe a lot psychic, I don't know, but there's just like there's something about tapping into your creativity, tuning into your inner juices. If you haven't watched the video that I did on psychic abilities, go ahead and watch that, because I feel like that's gonna help you, especially the thing about tuning out outer noises, the 30-day retreat thing. I feel like that would be helpful for you guys. It's the video called Jewel is Psychic and So Are You. So you can check that out if you haven't watched it yet. But I feel like for you guys, there's something about creativity and something about tuning into your psychic senses, okay? So the first card that came out for you is Fogged In. And even though this might not feel like a really good card, the overall energy for this particular reading for this group is actually a really good energy. Okay, so if you are a creative and maybe you're a writer, artist, or something like that, and you're going through some kind of writer's block, some artist block, like some just kind of creativity block, or not even block so much as like there's just the message that I'm getting from spirit that's saying it's okay to go slow. Because fogged in, go slow, take time. It's okay to take your time for the right ideas to come in. So even if you're not going through a block where it's like nothing is coming in, even if it's just moving slowly through whatever project that you're working on, it's okay to take that time, okay? Because the more you tune in, which I'm getting in from the flower spirit, it's like being really sensitive to your listening, to your inner listening, to your inner heart. The more you tune in to that inner energy of yours, where you're connecting with your spirit, or you're connecting with, say you have muses or spirit guides, or some kind of, I feel like you guys have spirit guides that are working with you on the thing that you're working on. And if you can quiet down the outer stimulation and tune in to their frequency or to your own inner frequency, that the your creativity will just come pouring in. And creativity could be one, like, your psychic senses could, if you're trying to open to develop your psychic senses, that could totally open up. And if we're talking about creativity like artistic, like music, or writing, or anything like that, or even just if you're an inventor and you're wanting ideas like that, this energy is going to come pouring in once you allow yourself to take the time to quiet down, lower the outer stimulation, and listen, and look within and feel within. Creativity is a natural part of you that can be ignited and developed. And natural is really highlighted here, that it is already a part of you, that it's natural. It's not a hard thing to come by, new ideas or really, really good ideas. It's already there. It's natural. All you got to do is quiet down and open your inner eye, open your inner heart, in order to recognize that it's there, in order for it to be revealed to you that it's already there, right? And this flow of energy is just going to come pouring in. Harvest. The Demeter harvest card, a lot of times it could talk about financial abundance, but with you guys, I feel like it's really talking about creative abundance. A wealth of creative energy just flowing right in all its different forms, all the different, fruits and vegetables in the cornucopia, right? And it's harvest time for the creativity coming in. And it's so cool. In the second row, the first card that comes out is the sacral chakra, which is the second chakra in your belly, the womb. Like if you have a female body, your womb, that's where you create babies, right? There's a lot of creative energy there. Whether you're male or female, it's the sacral chakra is about the creativity center, that vortex of energy right there. It's where you feel your emotions. It's where you feel, yeah, it's where you get your ideas, like all your intuition and everything is from that area, right? And then obstacle and challenges. I feel like this is talking about the solutions arriving to help you cross over to the other side, to come to. So sometimes if you're going through some kind of like, if you have a question about something, and you're asking for a solution, and you're asking for an answer, or asking for an idea, it feels like there's a break in there, right? And then it's like, how do I get across this break and get to the other side where everything's flowing again? And I feel like that thing about like creativity being a natural part of you, when you don't think of it as like a hard thing to get, like a hard thing for a creative idea to come through, and you think of it as like a natural thing, all these little angel lights that are, around this obstacles and challenges card, it's like your guides are right there helping you cross over to the other side to connect you with your idea, to connect you with your creativity for it to flow. Okay. And then right after that, new love. This is your idea coming in, your wishes coming in right into your hands. Embrace an opportunity for love in your work, prospects, or for spiritual growth, which I just noticed. That's perfect. This is about your creative work or spiritual growth, your psychic development, right? Yeah, I feel like if you're feeling dry in any sense about, ideas coming in or something like that, think of it as, okay, it's not a hard thing. The example that's coming in is like, if you have a hard time falling asleep and you keep thinking, oh my God, it's so hard to go to sleep. It's so hard. It's like that thought, that type of thinking of it will make it hard for you to fall asleep. But if you're telling yourself, you know what, my body is relaxed, it's easy to fall asleep. It's a very, very natural for people to just like close their eyes and drift off into, sleepy land, you know, and you soothe yourself in that way, and you soothe yourself and say creativity flows so naturally and easily. I've had ideas before, creativity flows all the time, and you're bridging that gap yourself by just soothing yourself and telling yourself that comes naturally. These shooting stars of ideas are just going to shoot right down, like Harvest in the Demeter card. Like, they're just going to shoot right down right into your hands. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. And you're bridging that gap, and your spirit guides are helping you. Your spirit guides are there already talking to you. All you got to do is quiet down and listen. Open your inner ears and listen to them. And Six of Wands, here you go. Here's your creativity working for you. Here's your success. Here's your achievement. Here's your recognition for your achievement, and you flying with your flying shoes, and then you having your little parade like, yay, I did it. I did it. I achieved this. And then here you go, transformation, a fresh new way of living emerges. So this talks about you coming out of your cocoon and flying, and like, I got this new idea. I have all these new ideas, and now all this creative energy is flowing through, and I'm flying and I'm soaring and I'm creating, and everything is amazing. I feel like it also talks about not just the idea itself coming in, being a fresh new way for you to live, that now that you have the idea, now you're flying high. It's not just about that. Oh, me saying flying high, I'm just seeing like the Six of Wands with the flying shoes and then the flying phoenix right there. Yeah, there's some significance to that, to having a higher energy, that you're flying through the air. But anyway, what I was saying, not only is it about the idea coming in and then now you're feeling fresh and new because of the idea, but it's about you learning the process of, this whole reading of giving yourself time, letting yourself take it slow, not punishing yourself for it taking a long time, not punishing yourself for being in a space where you're fogged in, and being easy on yourself, letting yourself slow down, tune in, letting that it's the whole entire process of allowing the creativity to come in and allowing the juices to flow and bridging that gap between the question and the answer, the problem and the solution, letting the shooting stars fall into your hand. It's that entire process of that is the transformation, is you learning the process of how to let the creativity come in. That is the new way of living, not just the result of the idea coming in. Okay, so now you've been transformed into this new being that's flying high. That's amazing, you guys. Thank you, Group 3, for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, click on the thumbs up and like it, and share it with your friends and subscribe. Thank you so much. I will see you next time. Have a happy new year. Bye-bye.